some outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in the sky. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, have the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete. She two with the G's, and she know it. Eyes on the prize just to see how far I go. Yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go. Yeah, I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
Business. This is highly recommended. This all of my pushing the limit. Mile high got me over here, but you're the flight attendant.
Yeah, I've been around the world and and seen them thing that I can't buy. See, reaching these type of heights, it come with a third eye. I'm better at betting on me, the numbers don't lie.
That's how we rollin'. You know them gold diggers, want the pick of the litter, burying them hidden figures. I keep them triple hitters, call them silverback gorillas, going 8-8, and you know ain't nobody. What up?
Showtime. Yeah, this is the big ticket. Culture Cop Town. I'm talking that King Richard. Just like a movie, I'm seeing the bigger picture. These fellas are Cinderellas, I'm crushing.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. The moment these NFC teams have waited for all season long. We're away in Wild Card Weekend. He's got a lane up past the 30 and nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Receiver that time. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Firing one deep for the end zone. He's got it deep downfield. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And in great shape after that return. He's across the 35 before going out. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Give now to the running back. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Play fake, it's Love. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Love. Hauled in by Musgrave. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They've got a man in motion. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked! The off to the races, middle of the field! 40! Into the red zone! And against all odds, they get the block and return it all the way for 2 points. You could hear the crowd swell first on the block, Brock, and then again as they scooped it up and started the return. Man, really one of the most exciting plays you'll ever see in a game, no matter what the score is.
And one of the rarest plays we get to see, too. You know, the rule was changed back in 2015 that you could take it back for 2. And the total number of extra points blocked and taken back since then, well, we can count on our 2 hands. It's incredibly tough to do, but they just pulled it off.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released.
That's complete inside the 35. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Hurts throwing again. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. First and 10 coming up. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Nakobe Dean in on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the pistol, here's Love. That's completed right side. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers face a 4-point deficit. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers cut it to a field goal game. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, first and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out! Packers pick it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lone back gets the handoff. And he gets him around 6 there. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Second and 4. He's on the move. Throwing on the run, deep down. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Offense up to the line fast. From the 43. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Forced out to his right. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Packers get it back at the 45-yard line following that interception return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers parlay the interception into points. Christian Watson with the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He's got Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Working quickly here.
That's good for an Eagles.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. This one finds Goddard. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
On 1st down, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. They're going to run with Barkley. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
It's 2nd and goal. Hurts looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Hurts now on 3rd and goal. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Jaden Reed to return this. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. 1st down throw, here's Love. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's pulled in by the rookie out of Oklahoma. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Throwing his love on third. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 45 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will start their drive in optimal field position. New set of downs for him from the 46. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. Here he is on third and long. He has the first over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted! And the Packers take over as he records his 10th career INT. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
He's got it deep downfield. Hits the 20. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers take a 4-point lead. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
No touch that. No touch.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He'll get this one to Brown. Working quickly here. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. taken in by Smith. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Offense in the hurry up here. Hurts now from the gun. His running back hauls it in deep right. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Eagles with some work to do, trailing in this game. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place. But 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations of the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He's got the squiver. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is 1 up to the 21 and out of bounds. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now give left side.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's Love. Fits it through the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Complete out to the right side. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. Throwing, Love. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Loves to throw again. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Packers sending out their special teamers. Field goal coming. From the left hash, this is from 47. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return starts from the goal line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set. No touch.
Throwing now from the gun. Able to get it to Barkley. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Great, set. No touch.
Hurts setting up to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
No touch.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
No touch.
From the pistol, Hurts. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll run here on 1st down. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Love. It is cut left side. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. All right, timeout taken by the offense. 5 seconds left, and they can take some points into the locker room on this final play of the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. First field goal was good. His second look from inside of 45 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Fields the hard squib kick. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They go to Barkley again, and he's brought down for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Hurts throwing again. Brought in along the sideline, just need an official ruling, and they say catch. Great play. They pick up 20 yards there, and that's a Philadelphia first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Still fighting forward. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. Puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Reed. And look at this return. A nice return, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Man in motion here. Takes the handoff, now Love. On the move, hit it right. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
2nd and 10, Love trying again. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down Packers.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Juke the defender. And they bring him down around the 34.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 34. Watson with the catch. Running in the red zone. And he'll take this one in for the Green Bay touchdown. The Packers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Christian Watson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 3. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. Returnable from the 2. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
No time, time. Hey, Silver, Silver, Silver.
Motioning one of the tight ends.
No time, time.
On 1st down, Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First down, a run with Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Working quickly here. Barkley. Can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hurts now from the gun. Chased out to his... And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Eagles take a third-quarter lead. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he's going to take this return out of bounds. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Thrown on first down, Love. And that's going to be knocked away. May have saved a completion there. And that brings us to the end of our third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you can't get the pick, at least make sure a catch isn't made. That's the job of every defender out there, and he made sure that one wasn't completed.
Putting a receiver in motion. From the pistol, here's Love. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Eagles take over after returning it inside the red zone.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
First down throwing for Hurts. This one's caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Barkley trying this up the gut. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal. There's another carry for Barkley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Offense up to the line fast. This throw is cut. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the third. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for two.
Will set up for the two-point conversion.
Hey, easy, 63, 63.
He's throwing for it. Headed out right. And he's into the end zone for two. That grows the lead to an even 2 touchdowns. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner. Netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback. Right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Gets his running back. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Keely Ringo making the play. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Has him on the quick hitter. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Play fake, it's Love. He puts some juice on a deep throw, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Working quickly here. This finds Smith. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now.
Great, set.
They run it with Saquon. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st down, and they go right back to him. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the pistol, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work
63,
after.
63, 63. No touch.
Now Barkley. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
No touch.
Running is Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
No touch.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
No touch.
Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles holding a 12-point lead. 1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead.
No touch. No touch.
Barkley can't fight past that line. They stop him at the 3.
Let's go.
Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
It's a gain of a yard.
Out.
Second and goal.
No touch.
3-yard line.
They'll try again with Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
No touch.
He's going to keep this one. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
3rd and short, whether it's a handoff or a QB sneak, things don't change in the minds of those defenders. This is their chance to step up, their chance to show out, their chance to stuff that play before it could get started.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
No touch. No touch.
Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. After the penalty, let's see how their composure is as they still try 4th and goal.
Hey.
Motioning the tight end now.
No touch.
On 4th down, Hurts. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers get it back after making their 3rd first-half interception.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Now the offense is going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. A bit of desperation on this deep shot, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Cooper to Jean in to pick it off.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Great. Set. Delta.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the 4th. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
He has it. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
1st down throw. Here's Love. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
All right, one more snap to play here. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Huard and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.